Hello, my water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. This is Carrie from Celestial Forecasts with a reading focused on whether you and a particular person are meant to come back into union, or is it really time to release each other and let each other go? So this is focused on those of you more than likely who are already in separation. And let's take a look and see what presents itself here. General reading, as always, guys, it won't resonate with every single person. So please do take from this what makes sense for you, release what doesn't. And if you're interested in your own personal private reading, that information is down below in the description box, as well as a link to all of the decks and creators that you see here today, my water signs. Okay, so reunion or release is what we're taking a look at here. These are the three decks that we will be using for the focus messages. These first two are by Jennifer Aquarius Tarot. The first is the Sacred Elements of the Soul Oracle, and then we'll grab a message from the Divine Awakening of the Soul Oracle. And lastly, by Sister Moon Tarot, the Sensual Sweet Angelic Whispers deck. Okay, so let's begin. And of course, cross watchers are certainly welcome here. So let's grab some cards. Let's grab your first focus card here. Angels and spirit guides for my water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. So is it time to come back into union or release them? And for some of you, I just wanted to reiterate part of that release. If you've already let each other go in the 3D world, there might still be parts of that energy that you're still holding on to. So if it's time to release, that release could be something that you need to work on in your heart, in your mind, and your soul. All right, let's grab your first card. We have gamble, risk taker, rebellious. So that could be a literal meaning. Maybe your person is a gambler. That could have been an issue, or somebody needs to take a risk here in order to create some sort of movement for you guys to fix what's broken. You could also be dealing with somebody who tends to be more of a rebellious type individual. If you resonate with that for yourself, any elements of that message, maybe that's why it's presenting itself here. So let's see where else this is going to go for you. Let's grab a card from the Divine Awakening of the Soul Oracle. So is it worth the gamble at the end of the day to either come back into union or finally release the connection? Guided to this one. Foggy, unclear. Okay. So if it's unclear, maybe you don't know what it is that you need to do at this point. Maybe you both don't know. So this is a situation perhaps that needs clarity. If things are foggy, then you can't really see the direction that you need to go. Let's grab your third focus card here for Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. All right, I'm guided to this card. I could never forget you. So no matter what happens here, even if you guys never come back together, they're always going to remember you. They won't ever forget you, my water signs. And I have a feeling here you won't forget this person either. So for now, things are a little bit unclear as to either what it is that you guys want or what it is that perhaps you feel you need to do at this point in time. So let's grab some additional insight here using the Mystic Moon Oracles deck. For Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces, angels and spirit guides. What is it that you would benefit from knowing at this time? We have admired. So they still have a lot of admiration for you, this person. But we do have destruction. So you guys experienced a tower moment that could have been very unexpected, but it's an upheaval here. This is a very chaotic time in your partnership. No wonder things are foggy and unclear, because I have a feeling here the dust hasn't settled quite yet in order for you to make a decision either way. So as you can see here, we've got a surrender. Somebody needed to detach and let go, followed by pause. Okay? Maybe it is you, my water signs, who surrendered this connection, and you brought this tower down on this person. So with that pause card, there's not a whole lot going on here. Maybe it is you that put a stop to the situation, to the connection. But again, that doesn't mean you're going to forget them. It just means that maybe you took control of the situation, decided to detach and be on your own for a while. take that if it applies, of course. We do have summer followed by divine feminine, and then we have action. So it could be the feminine who decides to reach out to the masculine, maybe sometime during the course of summer of this year. Depends on when summertime is where you live. Here in the States, it's around June. So that's a good chunk of time for some of you guys, but maybe that's actually a blessing, because part of the energy of the Tower is that when that dust settles, it is a blessing in disguise, because there are always lessons attached to the experience. So you got to learn from those past mistakes and what brought that Tower down to begin with. You're still feeling each other's vibrations. Still feeling it after all this time. All right, so let's go ahead and add to this with some additional guidance from the Pining Rose Love Oracle. This is by Calico Moon. Angels and spirit guides, please, for my water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. What else do we need to know? Yeah, we already know that they are your ex. I'm not surprised to see that. Part of the reason for this Tower moment could have been that they were afraid to commit. Look at that. They've got regrets here. Regrets over things that they failed to do or things they said. Maybe you both have regrets, but the chemistry is undeniable between the two of you. You guys might have actually been a really good match, but for some reason, there was a Tower moment here. So right now, things are not moving. I'm not surprised to see this stalemate energy, but look at that. There's a new beginning that's totally possible. Separation, not surprising. Okay, and then lastly, we have secrets. So part of the downfall of this partnership with your ex could have been that they were keeping things from you, or maybe you were keeping things from them. It could go either way, but they weren't ready to commit. They weren't ready to offer that cup of love to you, perhaps, and that's what it was that you needed from them, but they didn't take it upon themselves to do that. But there's a possibility for a new beginning here between you and this person, my water signs. I don't think it's a done deal. You know, maybe there's a chance that you guys can work this out possibly during the summer season. Okay, so let's go ahead and grab some additional insight here from Tarot. So I wanted to grab from my Modern Day Seers Tarot and Oracle, Tarot with a Twist. And it does contain new oracle messages as well as new court cards in addition to the original tarot messages. So let's see what comes through from here for Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. Angels and spirit guides, please bring it forward. Reunion or release. We do have the red rose. That could be significant for some of you. Maybe this is something that your person gave you, red roses. This still signifies a deep love bond between the two of you. It is eternal love. So again, you guys are never going to forget each other no matter what happens here. The passion certainly is there. Red hot chemistry, fiery passion. For some of you guys, this can signify a new love connection. If you are done with this, if you are wanting to really surrender and let this person go. But we're focusing really on the other cards that have presented itself here, and I kind of feel for my feminines especially, you're going to want to take some sort of action in a few months to create movement towards this person, because you do have a new beginning that's being offered here. For some of you, of course, that new beginning could be towards somebody new, somebody completely brand new. But for those who want a reunion, you are being presented with a new start, a fresh start here. So it could either be a completely new person or a new opportunity at love with your person. Now, we've got a pink rose coming through next. Red roses, pink roses might play a significant role for some of you guys. This particular card is about young love, childhood, sweethearts, innocent love. So some of you guys tuning in might be young. somebody that you're in love with, that you're in separation from. They make you happy or made you happy in the past. It is in the upright, so this is representing feminine energy once again. So not only are you admired by your masculine, my feminines, but they appreciate you. Okay, and there's that word again, admiration. But look at this. There's our reunion, the Four of Wands. This could be a twin flame connection for some of you. This is a very special bond that you share with this person. It also represents a reunion, coming back together, a homecoming. Two people who are actually putting in the work in this partnership to take things to the next level. If they were afraid of commitment before, this Four of Wands is somebody who's not afraid of commitment. If you picture yourself getting married to this person someday, you might just be able to manifest that. We've got the redwood tree here. So this relationship can actually withstand the test of time. This is about longevity here. A relationship that can survive all of the ups and downs. A relationship that is strong, has good communication. That is what that represents. You know, obviously you guys had a tower moment, so this hasn't been an easy journey by any means. But I feel, based off of these cards coming through, you guys can overcome the obstacles. Nine of Swords. So somebody is depressed at this time, unable to cope with how things are, losing sleep over this, because the Nine of Swords is tapped into our fears, our anxieties. Somebody who's got insomnia. Somebody who's really unhappy. So if this is where you're at, my water signs, you're losing sleep over this, maybe you're just really stressed out not being with this person, or wondering, you know, can we ever make this work? So that's something for you to figure out why you're in this energy, especially my feminines. Interestingly enough, it's right next to that divine feminine card. So it could be the feminines here who are in this Nine of Swords type vibe. For some of you, maybe your person could be an air sign, also Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini. And then here's your own water energy with that Six of Cups. Feeling nostalgic, remembering the good times with your person. This is another card letting you know that a reunion is possible. It is possible. There's healing that needs to happen. And, you know, this is tapped into childhood memories as well. So going back to the pink rose, young love, innocent love. Some of you guys are younger counterparts. You're a young couple, or young at heart, or you've known each other since you guys were kids or teenagers. Someone's feeling homesick and someone's coming home. So for those of you that relate to that, if you lived together before, somebody moved out because things didn't work out back then, had a tower moment, this is a reunion. Four of Wands, reunion. Six of Cups, reunion. Happy energy. So again, remember how we have commitment phobia right there. Here we are with the Hierophant. Taurus specifically for some of you guys. But this is a card of commitment, of marriage, to people who are meant to be. So if they were afraid before, they're not now. Or they, moving forward, won't be. They'll be ready for that commitment. And then with the Ten of Pentacles, this is happiness right here. Things that'll be more secure and solid between you and your person. If you've been struggling financially, this could certainly be letting you know that things are going to improve in that area, because it represents financial security. Or when you and this person move in together and you're combining your income, maybe things will improve in that area by doing that. Some of you might find that you marry into money. Okay, somebody who's well off already. This represents long-term success in your love life. So it looks pretty good. We've got references to two people who are coming back into union. And that is what we're focusing on here for this reading. Reunion or release. So you guys are headed for a reunion. Okay, so let's go ahead and grab some dialogue messages here. We'll start things off with the Divine Masculine. This is my Thinking Man Oracle Volume 2 deck. So what does the masculine want to say to the feminine here? For my water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, angels, and spirit guides. So you guys had a tower moment, but you can overcome this. I love you enough to know you deserve better than me. Okay, so maybe that's why there's a pause here, because they feel you deserve better. This could be an ex talking here, my feminines. Okay, so if you're not hearing from your masculine, because that is the energy, that is what is in their thoughts for now. They love you, but they also realize that perhaps you deserve better. Okay, so reunion still coming through for the majority, but there are those of you who have a masculine that's deliberately staying away because they know you deserve better than them. But they also realize, look at that, losing you is the single most heartbreaking thing that has shattered me beyond repair. So in a way, it's like this love that they have for you is resulting in this action of them staying away. Even though a reunion is possible for some of you guys, they might not come forward because they're feeling that they've perhaps done enough damage by creating that tower moment, and that you would ultimately be better off without them, which could be why we've got this new love reference from this red rose card. I will never love, desire, cherish, or want another. It's always been you. Look at this. I don't want to hurt you. Please let me go. Okay, so we do have masculines here that are coming through, actually letting the feminine know, it's like, I'm not good for you, let me go. Surrender this connection, let me go. And maybe you've already done that. So for some of you guys, your masculine actually is wanting you to release them, if you haven't already. But there are those of you, clearly it's being communicated here, where a reunion is certainly possible. And then we have, you are my only desire. Okay, so you'll know how this plays out in your life, my water signs, as more time unfolds. You're going to know which way it's going to go. If it's heading towards a reunion, or if there's a part of you, as more time passes, you don't hear from them, that's because they're deliberately staying away. And not because they don't love you. I feel clearly they do. They do love you. But they're also recognizing within themselves that you're better off without them. Okay, so let's grab some messages on behalf of the Divine Feminine now. This is my Woman's Intuition Oracle deck. So grabbing messages for the feminine, what the feminine needs to say to the masculine. Look at that. Cupid's fucking arrow missed. So in a way, you know it too. For some of my feminines, you know that it would be better off to release. So we've got a couple scenarios coming through here. Some of you guys know there's a reunion that's possible, and there are those of you that know that it would be better to let this person go. Let's agree to disagree, or we can just have make-up sex. Totally up to you guys if you take it in this direction. This could have been how you guys interacted with each other before. You wouldn't be seeing eye to eye. You'd argue, then have make-up sex, and then you guys are just on this vicious cycle of agreeing and disagreeing and not getting along and getting along. But that type of energy can be very exhausting too. Look at that. She's not the one for you. Okay? So for some of you guys, your masculine left you for someone else, and that clearly contributed to this tower, that destruction. They ruined the dynamic of the partnership. And so for my feminines, what's coming through here is that you had to surrender this relationship, even though you know that you're the better choice, but they still made a choice. And for some of you guys, it wasn't you, unfortunately. But the thing is, again, going back to the interpretation of the Tower card, sometimes there are lessons that are attached to that, and there's a blessing in disguise. If they let you go, that might ultimately prove to be a blessing for you, because that will lead you towards somebody who is good for you, who is meant for you. You can run, you can roam, but only I will feel like home. Okay, so you could have had a masculine who was a runner. They wanted to roam around and see what else was out there, other options that they could have been entertaining. But you're the only one that represents that home where they feel most at peace. That doesn't mean you're going to allow them back into that home, though, especially if you feel that Cupid's fucking arrow missed, you know? Totally your call. Good girls can be badass too. Yeah. So for those of you that are in no uncertain terms letting this masculine know, it's like, look, you got with a good girl, but you treated me like shit. So now I'm going to be this badass girl that's going to tell you exactly where to go. So it can go either way, really, my feminines, with how you see this. Either you're dealing with a masculine who really hurt you and you know that it's not going to work, so it's time to release them if you haven't already. And there are those of you perhaps that might be open to a reconciliation with somebody who's ready to commit and be a better partner for you. All right, so that's what's presenting itself from that deck. So my feminines definitely coming through with harsher words for the masculine, and you know, it is what it is, especially considering the journey that you've been on. Those tower moments are difficult and they're not easy. All right, so let's wrap it up here, guys, with some final messages from the Lyricism deck by Bridget of Divine Essentials. So let's take a look and see what the lyrics are here for this reading to wrap things up. For Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. Bring back those nights when I held you beside me. Okay? And we do have a reunion for some of you. So that's possible. I'll make love to you like you want me to. So those intimate moments still. Fiery passion, red hot chemistry. Blue, I'm so lonesome for you. Tears fill my eyes. Still, I can't sleep. So we already know someone's losing sleep here because of this Nine of Swords. Insomnia. Okay, somebody's feeling really sad, depressed, unable to cope. This again could be you, but it could also be your person that maybe you detached from and you released them because they hurt you. It's a little bit funny, this feeling inside. Okay, but what you've been through at that tower moment is far from funny. So whatever it is that you are feeling on the inside, follow your gut and instincts and do what feels right for you. And lastly, and I will always love you. No matter what happens here, they're never going to forget you. Whatever it is that you decide to do here, they will always have love in their heart for you. And I have a feeling for some of you guys that are able to relate to this, there's a part of your heart that will always have love for this person. That doesn't mean you will allow them back in if they don't deserve to be a part of your life. Okay, so it's your call here, my water signs, whether you allow that reunion or whether you know in your heart of hearts, it's time to definitely release this person's energies from you. It's time. All right, guys, so that's where I'm going to leave this one. I do hope whatever part of this reading made sense for you, that it helped you out. If you're interested in your own personal private reading, that info is down below. Thank you guys so very much. See you next time.